Cougar Nation, what's up? I'm Ethan Erickson of the football team, and I'm here with
Braden Moore
of the men's basketball team. Before we start, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors. We've got Carrick Home Design and Miracle Bowl. I want to give a special shout out to Chubby's. Go eat their food; it's mad delicious. And SaveDamien.com. Check them out and go donate. It's for a good cause. Even if you just go look at the website just to kind of check it out. So today, clearly I'm not Gabe Judy. He's somewhere else today. So I'm filling in for him. Hope I can fill these big shoes. So I guess we'll just start with the easiest question. Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, like I said, my name is Braden Moore. I'm a true freshman, playing on the basketball team here. Recruited from prep school in LA, called Donde Academy, which is kind of under fire right now, but it's all good. And then, but yeah, just grew up bouncing between Orange County, where I was born, and Nashville, Tennessee. So I claim Tennessee, but really from LA. So it's a weird little dynamic got going on, but yeah. So
how long did you live in Tennessee for? Like, you're mostly from there?
So I was born. So I moved when I was 11 to Nashville, and then I lived there until I was 18. So my senior year, and I transferred my senior year.
All right. So the Donda Academy, that's Kanye's one.
Yeah.
That's kind of sick.
Yeah, a little cool thing going on. Yeah.
Like, how do you even get invited to that? Like, we were talking about it a little bit earlier.
For real, yeah.
Yeah. So how do you find your way there?
Just got recruited.
Yeah.
Just knew the right people, basketball community type thing.
Yeah.
It was more of a basketball thing than it more was a Kanye thing, and
Okay.
I feel like people get caught up in all the Kanye stuff, but for it was mainly a basketball experience.
Yeah.
Like I was in the gym all day long, working out all day long. Like that's all I did. So.
Did you like it though?
Yeah, it was tough, but it was a fun experience, and I definitely got better from it. So I'll do it again for sure.
So that was like in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what were the facilities like?
Just nice. Like they were like NBA type caliber type things. So we would have like NBA guys like Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Gilbert Arenas came in practice one time. Like that was really random, and then we had a bunch of guys just because my coach had played in the NBA for a little bit, so. There's just a bunch of connections there. So
the obvious question: did you get to meet Kanye?
Yeah.
Was it like a frequent thing, or he stopped by like?
It was pretty frequent. Yeah. So yeah, he's a really genuine dude. So, but yeah. So
does he know the people by name, or is he
Yeah.
How involved was he really?
Yeah. So there's he was very involved actually. So but I try to just go with the flow. I met it was cool because through it all I met just crazy rappers like Gunna and I didn't personally meet them, but they're around. Like I met Playboy Cardi, Da Baby, all the crazy stuff going on, Lonzo Ball, all them. So a bunch of people were around, not famous people. So it was different. It was weird because you get to see like the flip side of things.
Yeah. Did you? At first were you starstruck? Or were you kind of just like, all right, I'm here, I'm cool with it?
Actually, the first time I met Kanye, I was like, oh snap, that's really Kanye West. I was like, wow, okay, like this is weird. But the funny thing was my mom was there too, and so she was living in Nashville with my dad and my siblings. And so when I had my first game, she was out there, and so she was with my family. So I was with my family out in LA, and so anyway, so she sees him. She's like, wait, what? Like that's just so. It was just really weird, really random timing. He just rolls in. Like it was pretty sweet, but it just became a norm, and it's kind of crazy to think that's a norm at one point, but kind of it's easy to take for granted, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you miss those times being back there?
A little bit, yeah. I'm happy to be at college though. I'm like in BYU, so yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, BYU is a little bit different than LA.
Yeah.
The whole Provo scene.
Yeah.
How do you feel like you're kind of fitting into it?
Pretty good. I think like I get this question a lot, because I'm not a member, but I'm a Christian, so a lot of the morals align, and there's a lot of things going on. So it's pretty good, and I'm enjoying my experience here. I get to play basketball at a high Division I school is a blessing of all sorts. So yeah.
What other like college interests?
Yeah.
Did you have or did they have in you?
Yeah. So I was recruited by so I went on three official visits and a couple other unofficials on the low, but
The
unofficials are very low key, very low key. But so I went on officials to Rutgers, Wisconsin, Nebraska, and those are mainly the ones I went on, and then obviously BYU.
Yeah.
So then I basically was committed to Rutgers, and then I decommitted, and that's when I decided to transfer to Donda. So that was like a whole big switch up in my life. So and then so then really signed really late in the period for signing, and somehow I ended up here. So somehow, yeah. But I'm loving it here. It's awesome. So.
What made you decommit from Rutgers?
Just not the fit, New Jersey, it's a little different, but it does its job. But it's I think my traits weren't well suited for a place like that. I think God is leading me elsewhere, so just the way it goes. So yeah.
And so BYU, I mean, because we lost how many guys last year? Because I mean, you probably heard about that, right? Everyone that transferred.
Yeah.
It was kind of like
crazy.
A motivating factor. To come here?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, at the time they already had a good identity. I feel like.
Yeah.
I think there was a lot of things up in the air, but they were just trying to get the best players possible at the time. So. And the way it turned out, actually, it's really well. I'm surprised the way it turned out, because this team is phenomenal. These guys are great. So, there's a lot of freshmen. It's an interesting look, but not typical how BYU is. Usually BYU basketball is a lot of older guys. Started their mission 2-3 years ago type thing. So, but yeah, so that's cool. But
it's the same with the football team. We got guys coming in that are 18 years old.
Yeah.
Just right out of high school.
Yeah.
And on the other side of that, we've got, I just name drop Houston Hammovely. You probably don't know him. He came from Stanford. He's 25 years old.
Oh my goodness.
And so one of our guys was 12 when the other one graduated high school. 11 or 12.
That's crazy. Yeah.
So the age difference here is for sure a big thing.
Yeah.
Who's the oldest guy on the team right now? Is it still?
I think it's Spencer Johnson.
How old is he?
He's gonna be mad at me if I miss this. I think it's 25. But I think he's 25. Yeah. But he's still a junior too.
Yeah, that's just how it is here.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You kind of gotta take it. But I don't know. I mean, it's cool, but I don't know if it's really an advantage or not. But
Yeah, because you kind of look at it. I mean, in all of our sports, if it was an advantage, we'd be national champions.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Because the football team's 4-5.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, jeez. It sucks, but life has its up and downs.
Yeah.
So I was actually reading, or I was talking to my mom the other day, and she told me about a book she was reading called something about the dip. And so whenever you're learning something or trying something new, you have this steady incline of knowledge and just what you're doing, and then that dip is what it gets you in that dark time.
Yeah.
You're kind of struggling, don't want to keep going.
Yeah.
And you don't know how long that dip is for. So I feel like that's where we're at right now. Is we start out well, but we had that dip, and so but once you come out of that dip, it's almost like a vertical. You go straight up, and that's when you really become, the person or team you're meant to be. So I feel like, we hit that really rough patch, dark time, because it was it's hard on the whole team, hard on the community, because no one wants to lose.
Oh, for sure.
It's just these are people's
yeah.
jobs at stake, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, I love all my coaches, and so, like, we're starting to, play for them more. But then we're gonna come out of this dip, and I feel like we're gonna blow people out of water. But like Boise State this week, I mean, we're not taking this game lightly.
Yeah.
I mean, so you probably don't know, but they beat us last year on our field, and then they took a picture on our field of their whole team.
Oh, nice.
Because we did the same thing to them the year before.
Ah, nice.
So I mean, they're really one of our rivals. And so playing Boise State, we're pretty amped.
Yeah.
I'm excited to get in there. So we didn't even know what time we played until like last week because the World Series was going on. And so our game was based off of whatever time the World Series was.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm excited for what the future holds for this team because like it's we're an old team and a young team at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like that's just how sports is. You know, coming in with. Are you 18 or you still?
I'm 19.
You're 19 now?
19,
Yeah, I mean 19 and 25. That's
that's
a 6-year age gap.
Yeah, it's wild.
So. But I mean, that's the beauty of sports, you know?
For sure.
Sometimes, like, I mean, last year we went 10-3. This year, who knows what we'll do, but we'll bounce back and still be a good team. Yeah, but I mean, I'm excited. But so I talked with Trey a little bit about this earlier. Because you know, so actually I grew up with Trey. Yeah. And so him and we played football together back when he played football.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Back in like 4th and 5th grade, we played for American Fork, just like 20 minutes down the road.
For sure.
And so he was telling me about like how tight you guys are, like as a unit, as a team. How do you feel like, you know, coming in, like how do you feel like the I'll say camaraderie was going into the team?
Yeah, I always like coming out. I always thought that the difference between age gaps would be a little weird, and I feel like that would cause some division. Actually, I feel like it's kind of like, well, the ones that are older are the ones that I'm usually mentoring. So it's like I feel like they're like my big bro type vibe, and like that's kind of the vibe with the whole team. Like Rudy, I'm really tight with Rudy. He's a transfer, and he so he really takes me under his wing. Same with Spencer, same with Trev. Like they all do that. So you know, it was interesting because like at one point I think they said that it was Trevor Nell, Trey Stewart, Atiki, and Foose.
Yeah,
those are the only players. And then Gideon George was in the balance and he came back and all these things going on. So yeah, I mean it was crazy at one point, but now we're here and I mean we're ready to go. We're amped up. We're good. I mean we're gonna be pretty darn good. So yeah, it's gonna be exciting to watch. I think the way we're gonna play this year, we're a little undersized, so I think we'll utilize that to our advantage for sure. And I think that's like something that's gonna be unique to BYU as well. So we're gonna be fun. We're gonna be fun to watch. So
yeah, where do you feel like your role so far, like starting out?
Yeah.
In these short few months, how do you feel like your role suits the team?
Yeah, I think just being a presence, you know, because I'm like the third tallest on the team. So yeah, 6'9".
Okay.
So I kind of bring like a post presence, and I think my job is to be, my job this year is to be the best teammate I can possibly be and learn as much as I can be, like soak everything in, because I feel like, you know, moving on to the Big 12, like, you know, I got to practice against Foose and Atiki all day. Like, I'm getting my butt whooped. I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting my butt whooped. I am not gonna lie, and everybody will stand by that. So, you know, I think, and that's okay, and I'm okay with that, because you know that's part of the process. You know, and I know I'll have my time. I'm gonna do my thing, and I believe myself. But you know, I think right now what I can affect is my shooting ability. I'm a pretty good shooter and spacing the floor, and you know, with my size, you know, just doing all these things. So, you know, just being there and soaking it all in and doing as much as I can. So.
I mean, who else? Were you like a 5 or 4? Or what'd you play?
I was more of a guard than anything, so this is unique that I'm now like a big man. But that's just kind of how it goes in college. Like all the big guys turn into big men, so it's just kind of how it goes. You know, I expected that. That's what I knew I was gonna be. But it's good having both skill sets. Like I think I needed it, and you know, having to like really hit somebody for real and actually not getting a foul for it is new. Yeah. Like in high school, I hit somebody and I could call a foul. You know what I mean? But here I can hit somebody and I'm like, oh, they might actually hit me back. So it's like, you know, so it's like this whole thing going on. So I'm just, it's a process, man. It's not easy, but it's gonna be fun. So.
Like your practice schedule compared to, I mean, is it similar to what you were doing back in? Is it
yeah. So like with college, there's rules.
Yeah.
So with prep school, there's no rules. So prep school, they'll go ham on you. They'll do whatever they want. So, I mean, I remember these days I couldn't walk. Like, it was bad.
Jeez.
But like here, I feel like they get to the point where like you can still walk, but you're pretty darn worn out. So, but now that the season's had, I mean, my body's used to it. We're ready to go. So, but I would say just the efficiency of practice. Everything has a purpose. Can't say it all did at the other school, but but here everything has a purpose, and I'm kind of starting to see the flip side of it. So.
Yeah, what about the difference in like academics?
Oh yeah,
because I mean this school is tough.
No, it's not easy, bro.
Like I'm like my religion class right now.
Yeah,
I'm kind of failing.
yeah. I'm not doing so hot in a couple online classes because managing the online in person is a little difficult for me. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I basically was through a homeschool. I graduated through a homeschool. Basically, it was Dawn Academy. So, yeah, it was wild. But I mean, it was not to say it wasn't challenging. I still had to take statistics. I still had to graduate. I mean, I graduated with like a 3.5, so I did well. But, it wasn't the easiest. But like this is light years ahead. Like, yeah, like I'm having to get twos in some things just because I'm like, yo, what is this? Like, so.
Yeah.
Luckily, I'm in some, my religion classes are like the non-LDS versions, so like it's easier. They're really helpful with that and helping me understand all that.
That's cool.
So it's been pretty sweet for that. So yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I remember I took like in that summer bridge in that first summer semester, I had you probably had the same like the humanities class, writing 150.
Yep. Yep.
What other classes were there even? Student development.
Yeah, I didn't take that one.
But I remember like. The humanities class, was yours 3 hours long?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
Was rough.
It was brutal.
Like twice a week.
I don't know how.
Twice. Once a week? No, twice a week.
It was twice a week, and it was like 2 hours or 3 hours. Learning about humanities, him talking about art, and like in a monologue tone for 3 hours.
Yeah, mine was just. My professor was cool. Who was your professor?
I forget his name.
Easterling? No, okay, I had Easterling. He was super cool.
Okay, no.
So my guy was cool. He had. I mean, we had like these like super long PowerPoints when we were taking notes on everything, but he was cool at least. Like he made it like kind of go by. But like if you missed one day of class, you're way behind.
Yes, that's crazy.
Like all of my friends, because I graduated back in 2019, and then I went on a mission. So all my friends graduated 2019. Yeah. They were still were juniors when I came in. Yeah. So we were morning workouts and they were off for the day. Yeah. And so I was in group chats with them. They're like, "Oh, let's go do this. Let's go do this." I was like. Homework. I was like summer semester. Sucks.
No, it's brutal. It's good though if you really want to get a hard class out of the way though. Like my writing 150 class was like an hour long every day. Dude was great. Finished like 100 in the class. I don't know how it's possible, but yeah, somehow it is. So yeah.
No, definitely. I mean, also like kind of like adjusting you into college. I feel like it definitely helps.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Adjustment hasn't been that hard. I would just say the biggest thing is the weight room. Yeah. I think for me, I got kicked in my butt the first few weeks, and I still get kicked in my butt every day. But still, it's like that was like and even basketball, like just understanding like college is the real deal, man. Like they don't mess around. Like you gotta understand plays, you gotta understand this, you gotta understand that, like, you gotta memorize all of it. Like so, like especially kudos to man, every student athlete. It's not easy.
Oh
so,
yeah, for sure. Yeah. Like when I first got here. I was like, oh, I'm so excited. Like, I'm gonna play my freshman year. Yeah. And it goes like fall camp comes on, the playbook. And it's like, so, I mean, there's people in high school. Like, no, I got one of my buddies who came in this past year. Like, his quarterback told him everything to do. Like, that's just how high school is.
Yeah, for real. Yeah,
like, high school is like, you can fly by.
Yeah.
But then, like, regardless of your talent, like.
Yeah.
Like, for me last year, I ended up just being on the scout team the whole year just because I couldn't get the offense down.
Yeah.
Like, just knowing. Just the little things, and then but weight room. I mean, what was that? So like the difference in weight. You guys lift a ton over at Donna or?
Not really. I never really lifted. I mean, is more like off and on type stuff. Nothing ever consistent. Personal trainers here and there. So it was nothing crazy. Just enough to maintain. I think what I'm in high school, like that was my whole objective with my body was like maintain my weight,
maintain strength,
and just keep it that way.
What was your playing weight in high school?
Oh, I was like 210.
Yeah,
I was pretty skinny, and then I would say right now I'm about 225. So I've gained a lot, but
what do they want you at?
Kind of debating. That's kind of in there. I think it's up to me at this point. I think they really think like, well, it's up to you, like whatever like you think you can handle and feel. Because I'm really honest with them, and they're honest with me, and we have meetings. I talk to the nutritionist, all that fun stuff. So Yeah, but I mean, dude, the weight room was like, yeah, it's because I came in actually hurt a little bit with my ankle. Well, I came in and rolled my ankle, which is not a good thing, and I started doing pool workouts. So I was getting my butt whooped in the pool. So I'm in college playing college basketball. I'm in the pool right now. What is happening?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean that was fun. I actually joined those workouts. Those are some of my favorite workouts. But yeah, just it's high intensity. It's quick. They want it to be 45 minutes. They want to get you out of there. They want to get you your rest. So it's really get in, get out type thing. So you got to go like all you can.
Is yours focused more on like explosiveness and acceleration, quick
flips? Yeah. I mean, so we'll bench. We'll do deadlift. We'll do we'll do all sorts of stuff. But we won't do like any like power cleans or like any sort of cleans or anything like that. But
snatches.
No, we don't do any of those. But
that's what we do every week in football.
Oh goodness gracious!
Monday's clean, Tuesday snatch, Wednesday clean, Thursday snatch.
You alternate?
Yeah.
Somebody needs to figure that one out. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't do that. That's not me. But
football's different though.
Yeah. No, football is different. Yeah, I remember those football weight rooms in high school were just different. Like I'd walk in and I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. No way. Nope. Especially in high school.
Well, I mean, you just put your head down and hit someone as hard as you can.
Yeah, just you need to have that edge.
You know, I feel like some guys have poise, but I feel like in basketball, like it's a lot more just like.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously big man, because I played back in my day.
Yeah.
I played like a 3-4.
Yeah.
And so I mean, like I know like you gotta be strong and like big in the paint.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going against this guy named Tyler Batty.
Mm-hmm.
He's 6'6", 275 pounds.
Yeah, boy.
And I'm 6'5", 235 on a great day. And I'm having to go and block these guys. I'm like, this is different.
Yeah, so like the thing I say is like, well, you guys, you know who Foose is, right?
Yeah.
So Foose is like, well, I think he's 245. He's 6'7", 245. So that's like football. Like that's a big.
That's like so I'm a tight end. That's like tight end.
Yeah, that's a big dude, bro. And the hard part is like when you, because like our offense kind of can go through the post sometimes. So we do a lot of post entry type stuff. So like the problem that I'm facing right now is like how, because like it's like chest, forearm, and he's like bumping. It's like you can like in basketball, you can be strong enough to where you move people. Like you can like fully like move them with your body, and it's crazy. And I didn't know this until I got to college, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm getting full on move. Like, and eventually I started kind of figured out like I gotta move them back. Like I gotta move my feet more. I gotta do this. So, but yeah, like it's like it's almost like linemen's, like how they like bump and they can move each other. Like but it's like without pushing. It's more like you use your butt or use your arm or use your elbow, use somewhere. So like boxing out, like you really gotta, like in a college you can go to the lane, you get boxed out hard, you'll bounce back. You're like, holy smack, this guy just like boxed me out like so hard. And you're like, just college is crazy. So
I mean, at least for me in high school, no one boxed out.
Yeah. Oh
you just jump up and grab a board.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, way more sit dunks. But yeah, I mean, it's different. I mean, even the NBA is different. So, but yeah. So
what about like your skill set? Like, do you feel like they've developed since you've been here? Like what kind of skills have you developed since you've been here?
Definitely more post work, down low. I think I've always kind of had it, but I think since I was recruited just strictly off me being tall and can shoot it really well, and being able to put it on the floor and score in multiple different ways. So that was my main skill set. So when they so now that I have more of a down low game, like my goal is to have 3 levels of scoring. That makes any sense. Like they talk about this a lot in the NBA, is like if you can shoot a 3, if you can get to your mid range, and if you can get down low and score. So it's like if you have all 3 levels, you're an elite basketball player. So that's my objective. Like we see, I mean, LeBron can do that, KD can do that, Joel Embiid can do that. I mean, we can keep on going. Luka Doncic can do that. So it's like all these guys can do that. So that's my objective. So obviously we don't shoot a lot of mid-range, but we do surprisingly more than you would think because, post work, all that fun stuff. So, I don't know. I think it's more just like maturing and just, defensively is more the hard part, because you really got to like guard dudes. Like you really got to guard people. So that was, you can't just do the old AAU where you're like, I got beat, let me just tap you from behind. So it's like this whole thing going on, but yeah, I mean, shoot, everything I've gotten better at. I don't think there's one thing I haven't gotten better at. So, but credit to them. So yeah,
that's very solid to hear.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're enjoying BYU, you're getting better. I mean, that's all you can really ask for.
Yeah, no, for real. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Sometimes to have the mindset like, I mean, I wish I was like this. I wish I was like that. But like, it's a process, man. It's not easy.
But I feel like you have to have that mindset because I mean that's that
Yeah.
hunger. That's what drives
Yeah.
you. I mean, if you're not thinking like, oh, I should have done this better.
Yeah.
Then you can do it next time. You'll go do it better.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like if you do something like like contentment is really what kills an athlete.
Yeah.
Once you're like, oh, I'm fine, that's when you just plateau and start to decline.
Amen.
I mean, as much as it sucks, cause you watch film too, right?
Oh yeah, we watch film.
I don't really know what basketball film is like.
I mean, a lot of football players ask me that. They're like, "Do you guys watch film?" I'm like, "Yeah, I watch film." I'm like, "What do you like?" Yeah,
like do you watch like practice film too?
So like for example, the blue light scrimmage or like any scrimmage we've done in the past, like we'll like every practice before practice we'll watch our practice the day before, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But so they'll break it down. We'll go like, okay, like I like this rebound. I like how you pushed it ahead. I like this ball. Like it's just like every little breakdown. So it's like every little thing matters type thing. Like placement where everybody is on the floor at one time, like on a fast break situation, or defensively if there's a defensive slip up, how he messed it up, why it happened, who didn't switch, right, who didn't do this.
Yeah.
So it's like every little thing matters in those films, which I feel like in football it's not like that. I feel like it's more like, I don't know. It's I feel like it's similar in a way. It's just play by play.
Yeah. So football, it's definitely different. I mean, it's not one long continuous thing.
Right.
So I mean, with the offense perspective, we break it down play by play, and so we go and we watch our practice from the day before.
Yeah.
And in individual position groups, and so so as the tight ends, we're all sitting in a room together.
Yeah.
We watch every play. We just watch our technique on how we did this block, how we ran this route.
For sure.
Releases and whatnot. And so that's just kind of how we watch like our practice film. So I feel like it's harder watching basketball film because I mean there's not like you really have to know what you're looking for, right?
Yeah, well, like so it's more like I feel like it's more instead of us breaking it down, it's more the coaches will kind of do it for. But like at the same time, it's like everything will matter. So like if I miss a shot, it's good for me to go watch why I missed it. Like okay, I was off balance. It was a good contest. Maybe I just missed it in and out, whatever, like there's a lot of variables. So like I said, like literally every little anything matters. Like when I watch myself play, I watch my footwork. I watch where my hands are. I watch like how my release was, how high it was, why it was off. Did I touch something? Did I any little thing, like nitpicky little things. Like it's like you gotta really watch it. So it's like, so it's like, it's more like I feel like it's more like specific because you really got to watch for it. But I understand what you mean by that because I get because football, like you can run a play and then the defender could go one way or so I get it. But yeah.
And then what about like for watching scouting other teams, watching their game film?
So like actions, so like what plays they'll call or what out of bounds they'll run or how their defense is. So like if a team is in a 2-3 or a 1-3-1 or a weird switch man where they switch the 5, which is uncommon usually. So like all these little things like go into it. So like it's really particular and like everybody watches it. Like the GAs watch it, the the coaches, the head coach, everybody's involved. Everybody's involved. So yeah.
Hear about this because I feel like we're just like so locked into our own sports
for sure
that like we don't get to go out and learn enough about it, like other sports. Like I've got friends on like swim and dive, on track, and things like that. Volleyball. My fiance's on the volleyball. So
oh really?
Yeah. But like I got friends in all different sports, so it's cool to see like
for sure
how it kind of the focus is the same, but how the way we do things just kind of switches around.
For sure. Yeah.
So, So do you look at? Actually, I was like thinking about this one in high school. Did you watch film too or
no? I feel like that's a good question. Yes and no. I feel like we watch film like I would watch film personally. I don't know if my teammates would, but I did because I would. One, it's fun to watch your highlights in high school. Yeah, it's like it's like a highlight reel in high school, so it was cool. But like also like if I missed a shot, usually it was not a high percentage shot. So like what can I have done better in that instance? So like you know, I remember saying examples to my trainer, like, you know, I have a trainer off season and stuff like that. Like the big thing in basketball.
For sure.
So like, you know, I'll call him and break it down, or I'll talk to my dad who played college basketball, or like you can go to my coach and be like, hey coach, like blah blah blah. So like little things like that mattered in high school to me. So which helped a lot. I mean, and I would go and like, you know, there'd be scouts of the other team. So like, you know, our assistant coach would scout the other team.
Yeah.
And they'd have a scouting report before the game, like. Such and such is his percentage is a 40% 3-point shooter. Like that's a high percentage, so you gotta guard him and like stuff like that. So like little things like that mattered and they were important. So yeah, I watched a lot of film in high school actually.
So it wasn't that big of like a.
I mean, yeah, it was. I mean, for me it was, and I think for the coaching staff, but maybe not the players as much. I feel like here it's like everyone's involved. Like you'll go with your coach. Like everyone kind of has. I don't know if you know this. Everyone in basketball kind of has an assistant coach. It's like,
is it like a GA or is it a...
No, assistant coach, like someone you're assigned to. Usually someone who like recruits you.
Really?
Usually, and then sometimes, you know, obviously you go to the head coach whenever, but like it's more like it's like your guy, like kind of have like a little guy, and it's not like you're necessarily. It's kind of like a unspoken thing, but it like kind of exists. It's like a weird dynamic.
Yeah.
But it's like like if I were like if someone was checking on my grades, it would be Coach Nick Robinson. It would be the same coach every single time. That make any sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
I mean, we just have our position assigned.
Yeah,
coaches.
it's basically the same thing, but it's like not position based.
You just like
it's like.
Cause I mean, you're probably naturally close to them because he recruited you, yeah.
Yeah,
and so you just kind of like naturally like just go with him.
Yeah, right. So you know, and then like practice, like if I have a question, I'm gonna go ask him.
Yeah.
But I still would talk to assistant coaches and still ask them questions. Like I'm still involved and I still go in the office and talk to them. But it's like it's still more like, But
like if you need to text someone, you text him.
Yeah. It would be him or the player personnel, Bobby.
Yeah.
So So,
how many coaches and GAs?
So we have 3 GAs and we have 3 assistant coaches, the head coach, and then the director of player operations, which is Bobby, and he's like the guy that runs everything. So behind the scenes, and then so that's what I guess that's 7 people. 7 people. So 7 like quote unquote coaches.
Yeah.
And then we have a film guy who breaks down our film, Keegan. He's the best. And then he does like film and like percentages, because basketball's all big on percentages. It's a huge thing. And then a couple other people here and there. But yeah, strength coach. So yeah, it's a small
a lot
group.
of people involved though.
Yeah. It's like, you know, I think it's like 7. So it's like probably like I would almost say like 10 people, like 10 coaches, or like players that are older and like are paid and, you know, do their thing here. So it's like it's like legit.
And then there's 19 on the team.
18 or 19. Yeah. So And
then do you have like a practice squad or like?
Yeah. We have like they call it scout team.
Yeah.
It switches regularly. But yeah. So.
Do you have like guys that are only so like volleyball?
Yeah.
They have the women's volleyball has like male practice players.
Yeah.
That come in. Do you have like people like those or not?
They usually those are the walk-ons are for usually.
Yeah.
So but yeah. So yeah, it's kind of
That's cool.
Let me jump in on
Yeah.
you there, Ethan, because we've got a couple of personnel related questions, and I want to know this about those walk-ons and scout players.
Yeah.
Who's the toughest guy that you guys go up against on scout team right now? And now that we're about to start the season, tomorrow afternoon, the last exhibition game. Who's like the toughest dude on the scout team that you're like, all right, I don't want that guy guarding me or something like that.
Well,
I'm technically on the scout team, so I want to say damn shit. But no.
I was hoping you'd say you were that dude.
I mean, I'd like to think I am. I don't know if I am. But
we're going for a second.
I would say,
because you know,
yeah. Right, amen to that. Probably Tanner Toulson.
Tanner.
He's off and on. I mean, it's hard because we all kind of switch off and on between scout and non-scout. So it just kind of balances, but. I mean, all the walk-ons are tough. Like, they're not like they'll get you a bucket. Like, you don't guard them, they'll give you a bucket for real. Like, you gotta guard them. So it's like, so I wouldn't like. It's a process. I think once you kind of like now that we're like really kind of locked in, I feel like it's gonna like because during the season, like walk off travel and like all that sort of stuff. So it's like it's gonna be like it's gonna be like this. So it'll be fun down the road. But yeah.
So the reason I asked too is because last year, you know, Ethan, how tough of a player Trey is. Trey was far and away the best player on that team last year.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say far and away. But he was the best player on that team.
Yeah.
He was just high energy, motor, like
100%.
7 fouls per practice player.
Yeah. Time to smack.
I feel like scout team has to have somebody who's
Yeah. I don't want to say anyone's like really established yet. I think you know I might be the most fiery, but you know. I don't know. I mean, I think that's a good thing to know because it's like those players are always usually the ones that are gonna like Trey's improvement this year has been phenomenal. I mean, Coach Pope said in an interview recently, so it's like and it is like, and I like as much as y'all see on the floor. Like I see behind the scenes and see what he does.
There's so much more.
Like I mean, it goes on to the sleep schedule. Like it's just everything matters to him, and that's. Honestly, I condemn him for it. Like I don't know if that's the right word, but like I text him and I'll be like, commend. Yeah, there we go.
That's the right word. Against him, you might condemn him a little bit too.
Oh, trust me. Yeah. And me and him are pretty tight. So like, I'll text him and I'm like, dude, I appreciate the way you put your work in. Like I respect that, and you make me want to work harder. So it's a mutual thing because in basketball you can see each other work. See each other in the gym, or see like it's a more smaller knit group. So, yeah.
Well, since I did mention tomorrow's the last exhibition game against Ottawa of Arizona, not the Ottawa in Canada, but Arizona. A couple of people have actually gotten at me on Twitter, and even an unnamed sports writer that's also in the media that I won't out right here.
Yeah.
But they were like, "Oh, Ottawa, like Canada, right?" I'm like, "No, like they're from Arizona, guys."
Yeah.
NAIA's program, I believe. Really good NAIA program, but that's neither here nor there. We're not gonna fully scout this exhibition opponent. But I want to go in and I want to self-scout this team a little bit with you.
Yeah.
With some help from you.
Okay.
And Ethan, you jump in anywhere you can or want to here as well.
I'm gonna just eat my candy.
Yes. There's also, bowl of candy.
Yeah, you got it, man.
Jump in on that. But to piggyback off of that, we got to do some capital J journalism first. I want some fiery takes. And this is actually from Brandon in the chat. He wants to know who's a better 3-point shooter between Jackson Robinson and Noah Waterman. Who's got the better 3-point shot?
Okay.
Both of them were jacking it up last week in that blue white scrimmage too. So I think a lot of fans want to know.
This is a really good topic because Jackson, like, we have team percentages and we track every single shot we shoot, and Jackson shoots ridiculously high, like high 70s.
Really?
So he is the best shooter on the team as of right now, I believe. And Dallin is close.
Okay.
So
Dallin was a baller. I covered him in high school too. He was a baller.
There's no doubt Noah can shoot, but I think Noah is more efficient. It's weird because Noah's more of an efficient. Like he almost, I think he led the country at 3% at one point, or like top 5.
Yeah, he was over 50% last year at Detroit.
Yeah. I think 2 years ago he was like almost like I think he's top 5 in the country with 3-point percentage, which is crazy. Yep. And he went 2 for 4 in the scrimmage. And he actually shot enough to count, which is rare as a big man because you have to have a minimum number of 3-point attempts. Yeah, in order for your percentage to count. Right. He actually did reach that threshold. Yeah. So as a 4 or 5. Yeah. So no, he can definitely shoot. I think the thing with him, he's not gonna really force anything. Like Jackson will rip that thing, bro. Like he will shoot that thing, and I love it. Like he'll be practicing, he'll be like, "Oh my gosh," and then he'll drain it. Coach Pope likes to say, "Own your shot." Jackson owns a shot. Oh, he owns it. He'll own it from the half court line, man. He'll own it anywhere. But yeah, no, that's my guy. Like I'm really probably the closest with him actually. But cool. One of the closest. But yeah, that's a tough one because it's like, because I know the percentages because we talk about it a lot. So sure. Yeah. That's awesome. Well, that's a great self scout on Jackson Robinson. Yeah. So let's kind of move down the list.
And I don't want to go like 3, 4, 5 minutes on every guy. I just want to go, quick 1 or 2, kind of sort of your first thoughts about these guys as teammates, as players, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go down the list that's in the game notes, so it might seem a little bit out of order.
You're good.
But so part of this is just on like returning playing time, experience. A lot of seniors will be at the front. So we talked about Jackson already. Never met a shot he doesn't like. Which is also a good thing because he makes a lot of them, guys. I'm not making fun of him.
No, that's good. That's a good thing. Trust me.
Yeah.
Down the line, it will be.
Let's go to another newcomer, another Division I transfer. How about Rudy Williams?
Oh man,
Coastal Carolina transfer, D1 guy.
And that is my boy.
I'll start you off with this.
Yeah.
Rudy Williams seems like that dude.
He
is that
dude.
In my mind, like the last couple weeks that I've gotten to know him, he's that dude. Is he really that dude?
All right, I'll tell you a story. So this summer, I wasn't here for this. I think I went back home to Nashville before I came back for the start of the fall semester, and Rudy was moving into his apartment, and so he ended up living with Dallin, and Dallin lives with two other freshmen in a house, and so Rudy stays about a week there, and like the second night he's there, or like third or something like that, he rolls in with Scotty Barnes, who just won Rookie of the Year in the NBA.
Yeah.
He's that guy.
Okay.
Yeah, he Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is like one of his best friends who plays on the Thunder. Like, he's really that guy. Trust me, he's that guy.
he's that dude.
He's cool with all the Canadians, all the people in Florida, all the people in court. Like, he'll be on FaceTime, be like, "Oh yeah, this guy's like, he plays at such and such." I'm like, "Wow, okay, man." Like, he's been around the game. He's an old head, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
and he's got tons of experience. Obviously,
5th year.
Before he's at Coastal, he's a 5th year guy. Before he's at Coastal Carolina, he played at Kansas State for a little bit. He's a JUCO guy, so he's got some of that experience. I like to say, you were talking earlier about prep school ball. Prep school ball is not. It's conflated with high school ball too much. It's really much more like junior college basketball.
I could say that. Yeah, I could stand by that.
It's very similar to JUCO ball.
It's not.
It's not.
No, it's not. Even to like the way they play and that sort of thing. And it's much more of a JUCO product.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the guy who I think was that dude for this BYU team last year in a lot of ways. I expect him to be more of a dude this year. He's got some of the most experience on the team. I'm talking, of course, about Gideon George.
Yeah.
Who's Gideon?
So Gideon is also congrats to him just getting engaged.
Shout out to Gideon.
Yeah. So that was awesome. But I mean, like, off of court, like, I just like to talk about him off the floor more because I think it just talks about who he is. Like, first of all, I've seen like we done scrimmages. He can play. He can really play. Like, he's a heck of a player, and he gives it his all. He goes hard after the rebounds. He wants to win. He wants to be successful. Like I wouldn't be surprised if I could see him on a 3-and-D player one day playing professionally somewhere. He's that guy. And so, I
had a couple NBA tryouts this offseason.
Yeah, and don't let the numbers fool you or whatever you think. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, he's gonna make an impact this year, and he's gonna come clutch. And he's also one of the most vocal players on this team, which is awesome. And being able to learn from him, and he's always laughing, having a good time, energetic. Like, this is his year, like his senior year. He came back, like he's gonna do his thing, and he obviously has that foundation, which is phenomenal. And giving shoes to Africa, I mean, he's over 1,000 thousands and whatnot. But so I mean, he's doing his thing. So yeah, for real.
Let's look at the other most experienced guy on the team, because he's been. I don't know if you've gone into this too much, but he's actually been at like 4 different colleges.
Yeah.
And I covered him in high school a little bit because that shows how old I am. Ethan remembers him
or how old
bit.
He is.
Or how old he is. One of the two. But let's talk about Spencer Johnson.
Yeah. So
what's SJ like this year?
So Spencer's really mellow. He's mellow. He's calm, but he's also really competitive and a great teammate, great guy. And he always got his way to talk to me. Really nice. Mentoring me a little bit, and I think Coach Pope just raves about us defensively. He is a phenomenal defender. I mean, long wingspan. Just the whole family is tall. I mean, the whole family is. I think almost all the siblings play Division I or something like that, or gonna. So, which is wild. But he's
got a brother at Utah State right now. He just transferred him from Oregon.
Yeah, and then his sister recently committed to Utah State as well. So. But I mean, shoot. I mean, so he. Yeah, I mean, I just love the way he's so patient and he's a great shot. I mean, so he's gonna do big things this year as he did last year, like and I think he, I mean, he's a disruptive. Coach Pope loves disruption, and he brings that. So, yeah.
Also incredible to me that he's been in college for like 6 years and he's only a junior. Like it's
that's mind-boggling. Yeah.
One of the last ones of the initial starting five, I'm gonna call them. You guys have already talked about. It's Fousseyni Traore, 6'6", sophomore now out of Makomali. He's about 230 pounds. Is he still around there?
Yeah, about 245.
Probably closer to 245 now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask Ethan this one then.
Yeah.
How would Fous Traore fit in your tight end room? Because this is a kid that I feel like. I mean, he's never actually played American football, so he'd take a little while to get up to speed. But I feel like he looks like a Division I tight end in a lot of ways.
He's fast.
How fast is he?
He's fast when he wants to.
Yeah, he's got quick feet.
But the thing is his arms are so freaking long. Like
he does. He has very long
arms, bro.
Very long arms.
I mean,
Ethan's worried about his job now. Look at his face.
I'm not worried. I mean, that's LeBron James when he was back in high school.
He was a pretty good tight end in high school. It's true.
I mean, LeBron was like an all-state tight end. He had
played a little defensive end too.
Did he?
Yeah, or outside linebacker.
So I mean, I feel like tight end especially is like you're born to be a tight end. Like you have the body type to be a tight end.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, pass the eye test. I mean,
why not? Yeah. Why not?
You can learn it.
Yeah.
Why not?
No, I would hate being hit by him or anything. Heck no.
All I'm saying is, Foos, we got another job for you.
Yeah, bro.
You want to walk on next fall?
Spots
there for you.
No, if he goes on the football team, they'll throw 30 pounds on him and put him in defensive end.
They might.
Or they'll put 60 pounds on him and put him at left tackle.
That's true. They might.
Yeah.
That's probably true. Yeah.
If we're making trades, if Foos goes to the football team, I think Blake Freeland's got to go to the basketball team.
Blake is so good at basketball.
He's so good. He's so good.
I
bring it up every week on this stream, but
so Blake Freeland, he's our left tackle. He's 6'8".
Yeah.
Right now he's 307-8 pounds. Like when in high school he was a quarterback.
What?
He was 6'8".
Yeah. He played quarterback, then he played tight end, then he played defensive end, and he played a little bit of D tackle.
Yeah, he's gonna be like
never actually played offensive tackle in high school.
Okay.
He's unbelievable, but
clearly
he's just a crazy athlete. So
yeah.
he was on the Utah. I think he was an all-state team.
Yep.
In high school. He went to Herman High School. Like that guy's a dog.
Yeah. He was a double machine as a starting center on his high school basketball team.
Yeah.
Average probably 6 dunks per game. Somewhere in there, 6, 7 dunks. Just put it up.
Yeah.
Just put it up.
He wasn't a Utah basketball player.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when you think of Utah basketball, you think of 5 white dudes on the team.
Yeah. He wasn't Dallin Hall. He wasn't Frank Jackson. If you know him from the NBA,
some good guards. Yeah, some good guards.
He was the.
I remember watching Frank Jackson when I was in 8th grade, because I would have been on Lone Peak, and so I grew up watching. I was like, oh crap, this is crazy. He's good at Duke.
Yeah, that's wild.
That dude's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wouldn't take that trade. I want to keep Blake.
You'd rather keep Blake. Okay.
I want to keep
Blake.
Blake.
That's fair.
I'm gonna keep.
You'd probably keep Foos.
I'll keep Foos.
We might need to throw in an extra 2nd-round pick or something to try to make that deal go through.
Some value.
Yeah. Maybe some compensation allocation money they call it in MLS. And, cash in the NBA. They just say cash. Cash considerations. There we go. All right, let's go through just a couple key reserves, and I just want to go kind of rapid fire with some of these guys.
You got it.
Just a quick scouting report. We talk about Noah Waterman. We talk about Trey Stewart. How about Atiki Eliatiki? I think a lot of BYU fans knew him last year. He was really raw last year as a freshman. Seems a little less raw now. Yeah. Although I'm gonna be honest, Atiki, gotta work on that fouling. Gotta work on those fouls, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. No, I will second that. I'm not gonna lie. I catch an elbow.
He knows that too.
I catch an elbow every single day from him. So, yeah. Love you to death, man. But come on, let's look on those elbows, man. No, he's the best. He's the best personality. He's a light of the locker room, man. I mean, he's awesome, and he's a freak. He's an absolute freak in nature. Like I mean, I wouldn't say he's even raw now. I would say he's getting developed. Like in practice, you get him in the post. I don't like he's making that post hook almost every possession, and his free throws are phenomenal. Like he hasn't missed a free throw in a minute. So, and he hit a 3 the other day in the blue ice.
He did. That's true. That's true. He's working on that shot.
I mean, his improvement is phenomenal. He works hard. He likes to have fun. I mean, yeah, he's the life of the party.
I like calling these next 3 the return missionary trio.
Yeah.
Because they're just like they're one conglomerate. They're one like Dr. Frankenstein's monster in my head. So give me a quick 3-way scouting report on Tanner Toolson, Richie Saunders, and Dallin Hall.
Yeah, so Richie Saunders, extremely hard worker. I'll start with him. Love talking to him. You know, he's positive, likes to have a good time. Like I said, hard worker. I mean, he's always active, never stops talking. He never stops just going. Like, I'm like, this dude has full of energy. Like, he's just, like, I don't know what he built up on his mission, but, I mean, he's just a ball of energy, man. Just out there. So, and he can shoot it. So, yeah, he's going to be fun to watch. I mean, the coaches love him. Everybody loves him. And then Toolson, like we talked about, I mean, just talking about, you know, his family, his legacy here at BYU, the Toolson family. So, you know, and he popped off in the scrimmage as well, and
he did
for
both teams, and
yeah. Yeah, no, that's my guy. He's such a goofball too. They're all the goofballs. Like they're just goofy. So
I was gonna say Dallin Hall was a big time goofball in high school.
Yeah, no,
like,
I think I'm still surprised he is. So but I mean they're awesome. You know, Toolson can shoot it, play defense. Can jump out the gym, by the way. And then Dallin, I mean, we saw what he could do in the scrimmage. There's not much to say. I mean, that's Dallin Hall. You know, he's
down.
I mean, he's gonna be legit. He's gonna be legit.
Gatorade Utah Player of the Year before he left on his mission. Obviously, he's back, and I don't see no mission legs from that Dallin Hall.
No,
like, normally
back.
You can attest, Ethan. Like you see guys,
they
come back, they're trying to get back into it, but they're just you spend 2 years off the court or off the field, whatever. It takes some time.
I don't know. A lot
Dallin
of the
hasn't
players,
been that way.
No, I don't think any of the missionaries have been like that. If I'm being frank, like Richie Saunders, I mean, he's come back and is like like I said, like he's jumped out of the gym. His body's phenomenal. Like I mean, it's wild. And being Dallin and even Toolson too. I mean, like, you know, they came back. I mean, Toolson was hurt not long ago, and now he's like windmilling and like all this sort of stuff. I'm like, bro, you were just hurt. Like, you know, he came in with the boot on from his mission. I'm like, in crutches and stuff. I'm like, what? Like,
oh yeah, he got hurt when he was when he was about like 9 months from coming home.
Yeah,
he spent the last 9 months.
Yeah,
barely able to walk.
Yeah.
Foot injury, I think.
Yeah. So anyway, I've been surprised. So, and I think it's different. Maybe it'll catch him later in the season when traveling starts to hit. I think that's kind of when it'll deteriorate a little bit. But that's just how it always goes. And when travel starts hitting, it's like, whoa, hold on. Yeah. So.
I'm not gonna ask you too much about the next one because we here in Provo, we know plenty about Trevor. He's also out hurt. Yeah. Obviously, he's gonna be out for a couple of weeks, maybe up to a couple of months. Yeah. But expect to come back sometime around January or so is what Coach has said. But we know that Trevin Nell is a shooter. Mm-hmm. He's another one of those guys, kind of like Jackson. Never really seen many shots that he doesn't like because he's just that much of a shooter.
Man, yeah. No, I love Trev. Trev is a great dude, energetic, just a BYU guy.
Yeah, he really is.
He just loves to be here, man.
Which is ironic because he originally signed with Cal. Before he left on a mission, and then they had a coaching change, so they let him out of his NLI, and he flipped literally like a week before he left, before he went in the MTC. He flipped, signed with BYU, and then recommitted while he was out and everything.
That's wild.
Yeah,
but I mean, you know, I think did he come in? No, he didn't come with Pope, did he?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, he's Pope wild. OG, if you will.
Yeah. So I mean, he's been bummed that he's been hurt, but I mean, he's working hard. He's lifting. You know, everyone's. You know, he's just a BYU guy. I mean, we all love him. Great guy. I mean,
So,
I didn't really get to see him play this summer because he was hurt, so I can't really give judgment on his game. But I know I've seen film. Dude, he's the best shooter on the team, no doubt.
So Trev's a shooter.
Yeah.
You're a shooter. I saw your high school film.
Thank you.
Jax is obviously a shooter.
Yeah.
A lot of people are going to point to him. They're going to point to Noah for shooters. Is there anybody on this team who can't shoot? I'm gonna be frank with you. Is there anybody on this team who you're just like, don't be jacking them up? Because we saw even a Tiki hit a 3 in that scrimmage, like you said, and
everyone has the green light. Even a Tiki has the green light. We were in practice the other day and he was doing a dribble handoff.
I think he just bombed away.
And he got stopped, and then coach is like, "Why didn't you shoot that?" And I was like, "Coach, we're letting him shoot that." What? And then Foos can shoot. I
was gonna say at this point, is Foos gonna average 2 or 3 3-point attempts per game?
Probably not. I don't probably not. But he can shoot if he needs to. He can. So it's everybody is well suited. Everyone has a good looking shot. So it'll be interesting to see. But I think for the most part, everyone can shoot. Everyone has a green light. So
yeah. This schedule is fun, man.
It's gonna be fun. Yeah.
I don't know how much you guys look into the schedule because one game at a time mentality.
Sure.
That's what you have to do, right, Ethan? Yeah. You really can't look past that first game.
Even though I'm really looking for the Bahamas, but that's gonna be fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's.
Yeah. For a week.
The Battle for Atlantis is one of the premier non-conference basketball tournaments.
I think it's the best tournament this year.
It might be. It might be.
With the teams this year, it's gonna be ridiculous.
The last 5 out of the last 6 national championship teams played in Battle for Atlantis.
Yeah.
Well, we are
awesome.
one of them.
So you guys are.
Championship out.
Yeah, let's go,
call
baby.
That shot.
Let's
call
go,
that shot.
baby. Let's go.
So you guys are guaranteed a game against USC.
Okay. Yeah.
Tennessee and Butler also going to be there.
Oh man. Yeah.
That are on your side of the bracket, and then a couple other.
Yeah.
When you see when you're with a club like BYU and you get into a marquee event like that, how much does that just get your juices going?
Dude, that's exciting. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and we play not to get too ahead, but we play San Diego State next Friday.
Top 20 team.
They're gonna be tough. It's gonna be a fun schedule, and the non-conference schedule is gonna be a lot of fun this year. A lot of people were saying
top 10 Creighton team in Las Vegas.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying oh, we are playing Idaho State. And I'm like, okay, well also think we're gonna be playing the Zags. We're gonna be playing St. Mary's, Santa Clara. Those teams are all good teams. WCC is a good league. It's a Power 6 league. That's what they call it. So, yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good test for next year. So,
yeah. And of course, we have to mention the people on the chat will hang me if I don't mention.
Yeah. Saturday,
December 17th, home game against the University of Utah. I'm just going to tell you right now. I'm not going to ask you about it, but I'm going to tell you right now, circle that one.
Okay.
Because that will be maybe the most fun Marriott Center you will see this year.
Sounds great.
Gonzaga. That and Gonzaga will be the 2 best by far.
Yeah.
What are rivalry games like on this campus, Ethan? You've played in one.
Gosh. They're nuts.
Yeah.
Dude, so we didn't play Utah this year. We played them last year.
Mm-hmm.
Sold out stadium probably 2 weeks before the game started. Student section. Crazy. There's this guy on Instagram or Twitter or whatever, he posts top 50 student sections. We're always in the top 10.
Oh, for sure.
Our student sections are crazy good. There's a lot of energy. There'll be points that'll be so loud you won't even hear yourself talk.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited for it, man. It's gonna be unique. I don't think there's many environments in college basketball like it. And college football was so crazy. This is both. Kansas is known for their basketball, but their football's been better. I could say their football's been pretty good.
They started 5-0 this year.
I take it back.
They started 5-0 this year.
But maybe Duke and all those big schools, they don't always get the best football showing ever. So it's for to even have this is crazy. It's mind-boggling.
Even our other sports our women's volleyball, our soccer, softball, I think our swim team hasn't lost a meet yet. We're good all around school.
Oh yeah,
and it's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's the amazing thing that I have to give it up to BYU fans in a lot of ways. I'm a Syracuse grad. I cover the team. I cover BYU for a living. Yeah. So I'm a little bit of an outsider. I grew up here in Provo, but I'm a little bit of an outsider educationally. But I have to give it to BYU fans. Like, as much as they show out for you guys, Ethan, as much as they're going to show out for you guys, B-More, like, they show up everywhere.
Oh, they show up.
You're dating a volleyball player right now, Ethan.
Yeah.
Have you been to a Smith Fieldhouse during a rockin' match?
So the first game there was like 6,000 people there.
Yeah, that was
incredible.
Wild.
Like some crazy.
Yeah.
Like I think they broke the record for attendance.
Yeah.
They ended up having to move like the back curtain. Like they had to like bring it in so that people could actually see the game. Like
for a women's volleyball game.
It's incredible.
That's incredible.
Like I went up to Gonzaga up in Spokane to watch their game. It looked like a high school basketball gym, and like they probably had.
It's small.
Thousands.
Yeah, it's not very big.
Maybe like we get that many on like a really bad day.
You get that many just in your student section.
Yeah, like
easily.
It's crazy how much our fans show out for any game.
Have either of you ever been to a soccer match at Southfield?
Yeah,
I am. Yeah,
5,000 seat stadium, sold out. Yeah, like it gets crazy. It wasn't sold out last week. I'm a little disappointed in The Rock. It was also like raining really hard. So,
I think they're a little upset about the football game. I think they're taking it out the soccer game a little bit.
Our baseball that gets filled up.
Yep, 3,500 seats.
Yeah,
I believe at Miller Park. That's another one that sells out pretty regularly.
Yeah.
Like there's something about this student section, this fan base where like they show out to. They'd probably show out to like a Tiddlywinks match. If you say it's BYU and Utah, especially, it's just it's crazy.
There. Yeah,
I've seen sold out rugby matches.
That's crazy.
Non-NCAA sport.
Good rugby team.
Also, BYU is a very good rugby team. Yeah. I've seen sold out lacrosse matches. I mean, that's in like a.
I mean, we won the lacrosse national championship. What 2017, 2018?
They just won one in 2020 too.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, in 2020.
21? Yeah.
No, 21.
Like we're national.
22. Yeah.
Track and field, javelin.
I didn't even mention maybe the best NCAA sanctioned program on campus, the track and field and cross country program.
We had one national championship javelin.
So there were 2 individual national champs last year.
Yeah.
One in javelin and then the steeplechase.
Yeah.
Coming off of a national championship cross country team. That was there.
Yeah.
And all of these pale in comparison, of course, to the best sport on campus. You guys know where I'm going here?
Men's basketball, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
It should be, right?
I don't know.
Men's basketball's got 2 national titles.
Is it swim?
Shout out, that's twice as many as football.
Is it swim? No?
It's not swim and dive. The 22-time national champion Cougarettes dance team.
Oh, that's right.
That's what it was.
Yeah, best team on campus.
My buddy's dating Cougarette.
# dance school.
Yeah.
Do you see their sick jumpsuits? They had like blush pink Nike tracksuits.
Yeah.
For the last game there. Like, dang, what that?
Yeah.
It's real. It's real.
They're dogs though. They're so good.
Yeah, they're really good.
And Cosmo's ridiculous.
Yeah. And Cosmo.
That's gonna be the best mascot in the nation.
So ironically, the NDA, the National Dance Association, they split their. They've got multiple subdivisions, but they also split their national championships into 2 categories: jazz / contemporary and hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
The dominant powerhouse in hip hop since like 1998. All but I think like 3 or 4 national titles in Division 1, BYU.
That's crazy.
Brigham Young University, hip hop powerhouse.
Wow,
I know,
powerhouse. Oh my goodness, yeah, man.
Yeah, let's call it.
Yeah, boy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, wow, that's wild. I can't believe it.
There's nothing else to do in Provo. Except for just perfect your craft.
There we go.
Worship the Lord Savior Jesus Christ while you're along with it, yeah.
And then play your sport.
And play your sport. That's how it goes, yep. Yeah, that's awesome, yeah.
And go to Chubby's.
And go to Chubby's, yes.
Chubby's.
That too. So, exhibition opener.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, Wednesday night.
Yep.
Ottawa of Arizona. Regular season opener next Monday.
Yeah.
That's November 7th, 7 p.m. Mountain Time against Idaho State. And then at San Diego State next Friday. Have you ever been to a Viejas Arena? You're a Southern California kid. So.
Yeah, I took visits there. Yeah, I know the coaching staff well. Yeah.
Speaking of a really fire environment, that'll be fun.
No, they bring it. They bring it for sure. So that's gonna be. Well, I'm curious to see how the Idaho State will turn out. I'm really curious to see, because 1, it's a Monday, so it's gonna be interesting. I'm curious to see. I feel like it'll show, but
I like BYU getting back to Monday games. By the way, Monday basketball games. FHE, sure.
It's family home evening.
So back in the day, I'm gonna reveal my age a little bit here. BYU used to play in this thing called the Western Athletic Conference, the WAC.
Yeah.
And in the old WAC, before all this conference realignment, conference reorganization, everything, the WAC was this really good basketball conference.
Right.
But they played on ESPN, and ESPN wanted them during basketball season. They wanted a spotlight game every Monday night that tipped off at between 10 and 11 p.m. Eastern time. So all to yourself on ESPN spotlight game. And they would come to BYU all the time. So like every other Monday during WAC play, you would get, they called it the Big Monday game. It probably wasn't that often, but it was regularly. They'd call it Big Monday, and it would be BYU versus UTEP, or BYU versus TCU, or BYU versus Utah, or Wyoming, Colorado State, like any of these old WAC rivals. And they would tip off, I kid you not, Monday night at 9 p.m. Mountain Time.
That's so late.
But it was incredible.
I thought our 8 o'clock games were late.
Yeah.
9
o'clock.
9 o'clock's bad.
Yeah.
You'll play one this year.
Oh, I bet I will. Yeah.
What game?
BYU always gets a couple 9 o'clock.
Ooh.
Like late night ESPNU against like St. Mary's or Santa Clara or something.
Yeah.
It's a little bit better when it's West Coast. And
Yeah.
8, but
Yeah.
you'll get a 9 o'clock game, and that'll be wild.
I'm looking on the schedule right now. You've got let's see, at LMU and at Santa Clara are both scheduled for 9. I think that's Mountain Time though.
Yeah. So 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
East Coast, West Coast.
So 8 o'clock on the 8 o'clock in California, and then a couple of home games. Some of your marquee home games are 8 p.m. tips.
That's
Like
interesting.
San Francisco, St. Mary's.
Yeah, the stuff you learn, like I didn't. The whole weird part about basketball is like TV timeouts. People don't know this. It's like every 4 minutes, so you got to practice for that. So you go for 4 minutes straight, and like sometimes you miss a timeout, so you keep going.
Yep.
So it's wild. People don't know that, but
True story.
Yeah, it's wild.
So it's also why we need to bring the quarters to men's basketball. I wasn't in favor of it.
I'm with that.
I wasn't in favor of it before women's basketball made the change a few years ago. It's so much better for the game.
Yeah.
It's like the pace of play is just.
Yeah, because I think most of high school is quarters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I played quarters in high school.
Yeah, men's college basketball is the only one that still plays two 20-minute halves.
I don't know why
anymore.
that's a thing. I don't know why it's a thing. That's
it's for TV.
Mm,
It's all for television.
TV sucks. Like we have like our 3-minute TV timeouts for games. Like right before kickoff, like or kick return, like we just have to stand there and like.
Do you get bored? Like,
oh yeah, I go and watch the screen. I'm like, I watch the Coug dance, watch whatever Cosmo's doing. Like I want to be like locked in, and like I am obviously.
Yeah.
But like same time, I'm like, oh that's pretty cool. Or like kind of look at the fans, wave to my mom.
Like, go find your family and
look at my fiance, just like make her laugh somehow. Like 3 minutes is a long time.
It is.
Do you do that like every 10 minutes, 15 minutes?
I don't even know. I feel like it feels like it's so frequent.
Yeah.
The long halftime is what gets me. Cause like,
stiff?
you get stiff fast too. Yeah.
How long is your halftime?
The other night I think it was 12 minutes, which is kind of a lot actually. And then I think you'll get more because they didn't have anything for halftime, so I think you'll get more once the season starts. Like say they bring the Cougars out, or they bring Cosmo, so I feel like it could be up to 20.
Ours is 20, but I mean that's you're running nonstop.
Yeah. And you gotta get re-warm and all that sort of stuff. So that's rough. Yeah, we talked about it in the locker room the other day. We're like, man, this sucks. Can we just go out and play? Yeah. So anyway.
That's right.
Yeah.
Last question, and then I'll let you guys go because we've kept you guys way too long on this live stream.
What?
But thanks for hanging out with us once again. Thanks to our sponsors as well. We'll get to them in a second because I want to ask B more a question about one of our sponsors.
Yes.
Chubby's. We all know Chubby's Cafe.
Yeah.
All over Utah County, Orem, Pleasant Grove, Saratoga Springs, everywhere. Best burger in Utah for my money. Best beer battered fries in Utah. Have you had their beer battered fries yet, Ethan?
I'm not.
They're incredible.
So usually I go like a dollar amount. It's like if I'm paying extra for something, I don't really do that.
Ooh, the beer battered fries are worth it. They're worth it.
I'm not gonna give it a try
Have you ever been to Chubby's, Be More?
We've had it catered.
Okay.
So yes.
What's your go-to? What was your thing?
I believe that it was. I hope I'm right on this. It's like the chicken. Like the chicken and the what do they call that? It's like no, it's like a chicken sandwich, but like we make it ourselves, and like it was always really good. I guess like it's like a Philly cheesesteak but with chicken.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, goodness gracious! I was like trying to get that number right. Yeah.
Yeah, but, with the sauce.
Yeah,
with the chubby sauce.
Yeah, and then I think they have really good mac and cheese, if I'm correct. Right?
Great mac and cheese.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a go-to for the next time you guys go there.
Yeah.
Get the scones.
Scones.
Chubby scones are. They're about this big.
Like a Mountain Man scone.
They're huge.
Yeah.
They're huge.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm on a diet, man.
a lot of times.
It's like a funnel cake, right? It kind of tastes like
pretty
a funnel
close.
cake.
Yeah, pretty close.
Funnel cake.
Pretty
Ooh,
close.
Goodness gracious.
Those things are
Yeah.
dangerous.
Oh
Yeah,
goodness.
get the scones. And if you haven't had Chubby scones yet, so November 14th at the Chubby's University Mall location in Orem at 6:30, you can catch B More. He's gonna be there. The entire BYU men's basketball team.
Yeah, I don't know how they pulled that off.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know how they got us.
The entire team's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Free food.
Probably not for the whole time. I'm sure guys will trickle in and out here and there,
for
but
sure.
because they'll be going for a couple hours. But so at the Chubby's University Mall location, November 14th, 6:30 p.m. You got B More, you got Spencer Johnson, you got Atiki Aliatiki, Fus Traore, Rudy Williams. That dude's gonna be there.
That guy's gonna be there.
Yeah. My boy Hao Dong, he's gonna be there.
Oh yes.
I love Hao.
We love Hao.
Shout out to Hao. What's really cool about this one is they're gonna roll out the NIL Select jerseys. So if you want a BYU basketball jersey, you want to support one of your boys, get their name on the back. They'll have examples there. And Chubby's has. I'm gonna share this. Jake's gonna be really mad at me for sharing this. I think this was supposed to be on the down low. Up to 50% of all sales that night will go towards these guys, towards BYU men's basketball players.
How about that?
So
I didn't know that.
yeah.
Maybe we'll get your jersey. Start rocking that.
Yeah.
I got my Max Tooley. Got to show that up here. Which way is it?
Yeah.
Max Tooley shirt.
So thanks for joining us, Max.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, Ethan.
My guy.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us to Be More from the BYU men's basketball team. Go out and support, I guess, tomorrow.
Yep.
Wednesday.
The whole season. Just come the whole season.
Yeah.
Commit to it.
But Wednesday,
please.
7 p.m., Ottawa of Arizona. They're going to be in the Marriott Center. And then this Saturday, 5 p.m. Mountain Time at Boise State.
Ooh,
Ethan and his boys
Smurf turf.
up on the Smurf turf. FS2, or just come join me in Boise because, who doesn't love that road
Yeah,
trip?
'cause it's not going to be... It'll be a lovely 40 degrees.
And raining.
And 20-mile-an-hour wind gusts.
Oh, you got that one, man. You got that in the bag. You got
Sorry, Jake.
So I'll
Perfect weather for the win.
see you guys.
Yeah. Shout out to Chubby's Cafe. Like I said, best burger in Utah, and secretly the best scones. They're great. Also, shout out to Carrick Home Design. You see our boy Max Tooley. Show him up again. Max Tooley. Every time he makes a house call, it's on behalf of Carrick Home Design. Bet you guys didn't know that.
I didn't.
But it's true. Wow. It is.
He's crushing it, huh?
So keep crushing it, Max. Keep crushing it for Carrick. They're a local company based out of Spanish Fork. But they do designs everywhere. I actually just barely saw one of their designs up in Park City just about a week or so ago.
I saw their Instagram. They're beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful homes.
Yeah.
And then who's our other one? We got Miracle Bowl. Shout out to Miracle Bowl.
SaveDamien.com.
You guys want an underrated burger? Just go to the snack bar at Miracle Bowl.
Bowling alleys are different. They're good.
It's good. It's real good. And then as always, SaveDamien.com. Damien's little boy who's fighting for his life. Anything you guys can donate. The family's trying to raise close to $1 million for his life-saving surgery there and medical treatment. So anything you can, SaveDamien.com. As always, give them a plug, give them a follow, give them a shout out. I think that's it. Intern Kevin, you got anything?
Who's gonna yam this year? Who's gonna yam on someone this year?
I don't know that.
Ethan, you're not even on the basketball team
I want to
yet.
say me, but I know I won't. But I'll just give myself some confidence, No, it's definitely gonna be. It won't be Rudy because I don't think Rudy will I don't know. I want everybody to get. I'm gonna be there. I'm want to see everybody get dunked on.
Yep.
Let's
I'll
do
watch people get yammed on by BYU.
Yeah.
And B-More is going to be leading the bench squad, the bench mob.
Oh yeah, you know I got it.
Yeah.
I want some fire. We're going to throw some of your celebrations on Instagram.
Oh, please do.
We're going to go viral.
All
Okay.
right, let's do it.
So get some good ones.
I will.
Get some good ones.
All right, I'll get it going. Let's do it.
Ethan, as always, thank you. For the man behind the glass, big producer Steve, nameless Steve, behind the glass, thank you. Shout out to Jake Brandon, as always. Miss you, but hope you're enjoying the Nutcracker right now. And that's it for this week. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.